Today's workout is a 20-minute C-section strength workout, advanced level. Safe and effective movements for C-section moms to build strength and endurance postpartum. It's advanced, so make sure you've done the beginner and intermediate versions of this workout previously. All you need is a mat and a set of dumbbells. Let's get started. Hey mamas, welcome to our 20-minute advanced C-section strength workout. Great for anybody who's had a C-section or not, but this is assuming you've gone through the beginner and intermediate versions first, you are clear to exercise, and you are feeling good because this advanced, we're gonna do some challenging movements with heavier weights today. You need a heavy set of dumbbells, a moderate to heavy set of dumbbells for upper body. The heavier weights we're gonna start with lower body exercises. So grab those, grab your step or your stairs. We're gonna start with that right foot on the bench, 3/4 step ups. We're gonna come up 3/4 of the way, push through that front heel, stop here, lower down slowly. Let's do that again. All the weights in that front foot. Body weight shifted forward, you're stopping 3/4 of the way up, keeping that leg bent. That keeps that pressure in the quad, the glute, the core. Exhale as you lift. And that back foot, just for stability. Don't push off the back foot, push off the front foot. You're gonna feel huge difference in the momentum. It's gonna feel slower, so much heavier and more challenging. And that's what we want because we're loading that front leg, not the back leg, the front leg, the glute specifically. Everything's timed again, 50 seconds on, 10 rest. You do you. If you need more time, go for it. Let's get one more in. Nice. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing. Other leg this time. I'm gonna switch sides. So the most challenging workout so far. Heaviest weights we've used so far. We are feeling good. But you can always regress this. Change it up by getting a lower step, a smaller step, a lighter set of dumbbells. Even body weight works. If you're trying to just figure out these moves if you've never done them before, I always suggest trying them first with body weight and then adding the dumbbells, then adding a higher step and advancing from there. That's what I love about all these workouts we've done. You can progress them and regress them as needed. So you're never just stuck in a box with what you have to do. I give you lots of options, how to make it effective for wherever you're at today. So next, Bulgarian split squats. We're gonna take that first leg, the right leg forward, the left leg back, untuck the toes, make sure you've got a long stride here. We're gonna drop that back knee low, shift forward so your body weight's coming over that front leg. The knee's gonna push out over the toes a bit. We're pushing out of that front heel. And again, the back foot, you can tuck the toes if that's more comfortable, but it's gonna allow you a little more range of motion if you can untuck the toes, let the top of the foot rest on that step. And again, if you don't have a step, you could also use a chair here. Stairs would be a little bit difficult to do for this. We want to focus on loading that front glute. So pushing through the front heel, you're going to lean forward slightly, and that is totally okay. Just make sure you're keeping that posture lifted, core tight. This one is one of the more challenging ones, but so good for glute and hamstring activation and balance. If you could see that, I just almost fell over. Rest. All right, we're going to do the same thing. Other leg, whew. Shake it out, set those weights down if you need it. I needed it. Other leg goes back. Untuck the toes if you can. You might have to hop around too a little bit to kind of find your stride length. And for me, those weights are getting heavy, so I like to hold them at the back like this. Let them drop, point down toward the floor a bit. That just releases some of that pressure on the grip. You can also drop the weights too, but I'm trying to push through because my legs can push through, but my hands are wanting to let go of those weights. Again, focus on that range, go slow. Really try to push through that front heel, push that front knee out. We're getting close. And rest. All right, we're gonna move on to a single leg deadlift. You can use those heavy weights or the lighter weights, up to you. Make sure that bench is out of the way. Go back to that fresh leg. We're gonna hinge from the hips, reaching toward the floor, flat back. Stand up, squeeze the booty, chest proud. Hinge. Keeping those toes and the back foot pointed toward the floor. We want the hips square to the floor. We don't want to rotate through the hips. We want to keep everything square. So we get it in the back of the body. We get that instability, but it's controlled instability. If we open the hip, we fall over. Really bracing through that core, belly button to spine. Push through that heel that's on the ground. Almost there. We get to catch our breath a little bit, moving a little bit more slower, controlled on this one. Whew. All right, set the weights down if you need it. All right, moving on. Same thing, other leg now. Grab those weights carefully. When you're grabbing the weights, make sure you hinge at the hips. Never run around the back. And that's the same thing we're doing here. This translates to everyday life really well because if you're ever picking up something heavy, whether that's your baby out of the crib or groceries or whatever it is, a screaming toddler for me, actually 2 screaming toddlers now. Whew, I need this. It's kind of handy when you've got a public tantrum situation, which who hasn't been there? The fitter you are, the faster you get out of that situation and the less people see you pinning your kids to the car seat, speeding away from the Target parking lot. Everyday life, it's real. All right, drop those weights. We're gonna move to upper body, decline push-ups. Option to use the bench, feet on the bench, hands wide. Other option, just don't use the bench. We're going to put those feet on the bench, hands wide, drop the chest down about elbow level. Engage the core, push out of the floor. Let's do it again. So again, modify it by taking the feet off the bench. You can put the knees on the floor as well. Focus on zipping up that core so your body moves as a unit. Hands are wide, pushing into the ground. Slow and controlled rather than fast and getting in a lot of reps. One more, we got it. Oh, all right. Are we ready for more upper body? Tricep dips, using the bench. Again, hands shoulder width apart, thumbs forward, fingertips forward. Feet can be straight or bent. Drop the booty down, push through the heels of the hands. Elbows to the back. If you need it, sit on the bench, place the hands behind you, push through the heels of the hands, keeping those elbows in. Keep the core tight that whole time, but if you're ready for it, walk those feet out. You can also walk them in, making it a little less intense, but still upper body burner. Couple more here. Let's get low. But almost to the ground if you can. Whew. I think that might be my least favorite one. Heavier weights or lighter weights. I'm gonna go in between. A third set, why not? 21s, we're gonna go all the way up, 7 reps, all the way down. So bring those weights up about shoulder level, all the way back to the legs. We're going 7 reps. So we are counting reps because it's 21s. Really a good way to do that with an interval. So this is 6, 7. That was full range. And we're gonna go top halves. So starting at the top, halfway down and up. Halfway down, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, bottom halves. 1, 2, if we don't make it all the way through, that's okay. 3, 4, we made it almost. But that's why we do 2 rounds, right? You don't make it all the way, no big deal. Arnold press, lighter weights or moderate weights, your choice. Elbows up, 90 degrees. Rotate press, bring it back to 90. Rotate press, 90. So the dumbbells face you, or your palms face you rather, and then knuckles to the back. Exhale on that push and reach. Keep those hips in neutral, core tight so you're not overextending into the back. Weights can come slightly behind you if you've got the flexibility, the mobility for it. And again, if you need to drop them down here for a second and rest, do it, but I'm trying to keep the weights up to keep that pressure in the shoulders. Couple more here. This one is challenging. Challenging for the core as well. Nice. All right. 3/4 step ups. Oh boy. Back at it. Round one, or round two of the first set. So 3/4 step ups. Starting with that right foot. We've got a few more seconds though, so take your time. No need to just jump right into it. I kind of forgot we had a longer break. I'm used to that 10-second rhythm, but between the sets, yeah, you could feel it. We needed that extra 20 seconds. Let's go, we're in it. Remember that back foot doesn't do the work, right? We're loaded through that front leg. That front glute. Just lowering gently onto the back foot. Really accentuate that pause at the top of the move. So you're here, squeeze, lower slowly. Can you do it again? Squeeze, slow, gradual, lower to the floor. All right, quick shakeout, same thing, other leg. Whew. Second round, we're gonna push, guys. You know what the second round is for, right? First round, we are learning the moves. Second round, we are burning out those muscles. We are getting what we came for here. It's only when you hit fatigue and start to get to that point where you're like, I wanna quit, that is exactly where your body's gonna change. When you really feel those muscles shaking, fighting, that's what you wanna feel like. Now there's a difference between that and feeling like it's painful or like it's just too much for you today. And if that's the case, you can always pull back, drop the weights, go without the step, take a longer break. But when you're ready to work, that's how you wanna feel when you're done with that set, like you really pushed through to that finish. All right, Bulgarian split squats. I know I've been dreading this one. Anybody else? Starting with that fresh leg, long stride, untuck the toes, lunge, down and up. Make sure you got a little stagger in between your feet. So it's like you're on train tracks, right? They're not directly behind one another. That way, it's gonna help you maintain your balance, because this is a very challenging exercise for anyone. It's one of the more unstable exercises, but put so much pressure on that glute, the hamstring, great for the core, but it is definitely advanced. Postpartum or not, this is an advanced workout. It's tough. Rest. Switching sides. One more of those Bulgarian squats. I'm ready. Let's finish them. Again, we're gonna shift that weight forward a bit, so don't worry too much. If your knee's pushing over your toes, you're gonna feel that a little bit. But what I don't want you to do is put all that weight into your toes, right? Keep it distributed so it's in that heel of the front foot, and that's gonna allow you to really put that pressure in the glute. You feel the difference there? I can't look at the camera as much here because I don't want to fall over. It is challenging. And if you need to hold on to something too, you can always drop the weights. Just gently hold on to a chair or the wall. That works too. Oh, thank goodness. We're on to those single leg deadlifts. Again, you can keep the heavy weights, you can go a little bit lighter. Bench is out of the way. Starting again on that right foot, a fresh leg. Good posture, shift forward, hinging at the hip. Stand up. Legs are gonna feel like jello. You might feel more unstable this round, like you're gonna fall over. Don't sweat it. Just slow it down. Do what you can to really get in to those hamstrings and glutes. Whew. Man, oh man. You know, if I can barely talk through it. I do this for a living, I've done it for years. Oh, man, I gotta shake it out too, my grip strength. Oh, killing me there too. Let's take it to the other side. Remember, next time you go to Target, it's gonna help you get your kid into that car seat faster when they throw a tantrum that they didn't get the random stuffed animal that was in the dollar aisle. Keeping those hips square, pushing out of that front heel. Almost there. Ooh. All right, not out of the woods yet. Get that bench. Decline push-up, feet on the bench or not, hands wide. Let's go, chest. Drop it low. Engage that core, remember, body like a board. Everything goes down together, up together. Make sure you're not pushing out through that core. Use your breath to control. That decline position loads that upper body. Such a good stimulus. Chest, shoulders, core. Heart rate's up too. Almost there, gets one more in. Yes. All right, tricep dips. Oh, this one is a beast of a combination. Can't blame anybody for that because I made it up. Well, I didn't make up the exercises, but you know what I mean. I put them in this order. There's nothing new under the sun when it comes to exercise, but there's lots of different combinations to make it more or less challenging. Less challenging, come here. Push through the heels of the hands. Make sure they're on that step. You're pushing here. Keeping those elbows in. Or you're here, knees bent, makes it a little bit less intense. Let's go more intense. Last few seconds. Whew. All right, 21s. We got, that was 19s or 17s last time. We didn't make it. We're gonna make it this time. Let's go full range, 7. Don't speed up too much though. Stay with those heavy weights. If you don't make it, you don't make it. I didn't make it last time, no big deal. You can either go a little extra over the time limit or just say, oh well, next time. I think that's 7. I kind of lost count, to be honest. All right, top half. 6, 5. Stopping at that belly button length. Elbows under the shoulders. Bottom half, all the way down. 7, 6, belly button level. Elbows under shoulders. 5, strong wrist. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Kind of went over, but we did it all that time. All right, Arnold press. Try to keep those elbows up. 90 degrees, full extension. Knuckles to the front, knuckles to the back. Slightly rotating and getting into the back of those shoulders, slightly behind you. If you can, without arching the back. We don't really want to push the belly out or arch the back here, so be mindful of that. You can also take it here, out to the side for a little extra modification, or just take long breaks, hang out here for a second, come back up. We want to really focus, be intentional with that technique, especially when we're tired. Of course, we want to push, but with good technique, that's the caveat. That makes all the difference. Good technique plus pushing through fatigue. That's where we change. We are done. Made it through that last portion, me by the skin of my teeth. Maybe it was the same for you. That's the hardest I've worked in one of my workouts in a long time. That's saying something. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, no matter if you're postpartum or not, that one was a butt-kicking workout. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you want to see next. Again, I've got my C-section recovery YouTube guide on my website. If you want more strength, cardio, core, HIIT workouts to continue on your postpartum fitness journey, it takes time, it takes intentionality, and it takes guided accountability and a plan. I've got that in my YouTube guide. Check it out. It's linked in my description. It's going to be 12 weeks, 72 workouts, and a daily schedule so you know exactly what you're doing, taking the guesswork out for you. It's at a great price. Again, in the description on my website. Check it out. And let me know what you think in the comments, what you'd like to see for my next series of workouts. I'm always looking for new ideas. Always appreciate your support. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.